was watching Matty V and Tom Verducci, and they were talking about this, how the MVP odds were changing by the second as the game rolled on. It was back and forth yesterday, and PCA was asked about the MVP buzz, and he answered it kind of how you expected him to do. I would be crazy to say that I don't want to win an MVP, but if we're talking about having priorities straight, I think mine are pretty straight. It's not on the forefront of my mind. I think you guys, if you want to talk about it, all this back and forth, I really should get in the lab and start pitching. I really should. You know, DeRosa, over the years, you've talked about how it's not just stats. You need some context to it. There needs to be magical moments. So where do we stand right now?
There needs to be some romanticism. Listen,
like that, yeah.
I love the analytics coming into the game. I think there needs to be a blend. But I think if we're doing everything just by the numbers, it kind of loses its luster for me. I kind of live like Kevin Costner in Bull Durham, right? There's a romanticism to baseball. The one thing I will say, I get it with Ohtani. Are we just going to hand him, if he stays healthy every year, are we just handing him the MVP every season instead of taking a look at what PCA's doing? So we're sitting there last night on the call, merge call with Broyd and Savino, and I said, you ever seen the movie Hoosiers? Robert?
Yes.
I know you have.
Yeah. Why didn't you ask me?
Do you remember before the state championship what Preacher Pearl came in and said to the boys?
No.
He said, I'm going to read it for you. And David put his hand in the bag and took out a stone and he slung it. And it struck the Philistine on the head and he fell to the ground. Amen.
Why is this relevant?
Because it's a David versus Goliath situation. And I think he's David and Ohtani's Goliath, and he's making a case that we're going to break it down with his 3 extra base hits yesterday. You can make the case, if he continues at this pace, he's your National League MVP. What he has meant to this team, the Dodgers have 6 players on their team that are north of a 3-WAR player. The Cubs have 1 other player besides PCA, and that's Seiya Suzuki. So 2026, Fangraphs WAR leaders, PCA has got him beat even with the pitching. Okay? And you got Jordan and The Miz, Dylan Dingler. Wow, that's awesome. And Bobby Witt Jr. at 4.9. Hot change me. Everyone who's had an 11.0 Fangraphs WAR or higher in a single season in the divisional era has won the MVP. Pete Crow-Armstrong has a 7.8 right now, and he's on pace for an 11. Judge, Bonds, Morgan, Yastrzemski all won the MVP. So you can start to make the argument that if he continues at the current pace, and I know you can play it however you want. For me, the MVP just can't be about raw numbers. We had this conversation last year with Cal Raleigh. What's the value to getting behind the dish, putting on those tools every night, walking a pitching staff through? I thought it was as valuable, if not a smidge more, than Aaron Judge and what he was able to do last year. I'm starting to lean in the PCA direction in the National League if he keeps this up. And I thought yesterday he had 3 at-bats that kind of showed 3 different things that he does really well. What I want to focus on first is the most important thing, the swing change, okay? You take it back to April. Look at the setup from April to August. We're going to look at it front angle, side angle. This has been the biggest difference. Run this. He has put himself in a way more athletic position at the plate. He's one of the most confident guys to be around. He's super twitchy, like Bobby, pause it. Super twitchy like Bobby Witt Jr. You can't teach that stuff. You're watching George Lombard Jr. play shortstop for the New York Yankees. Yeah, you can put him in the right position, but the way he's making plays, you can't teach all of that. You can't teach half the things that PCA does on the field. But I always felt, coming out of the WBC, this is one of the best athletes in the game that was putting his body in a non-athletic position at the dish. Be what God gave you, run this. And he has gotten into this toe tap. He has gotten way more athletic. And he is killing the ball. Timeout. Since, I want to get these numbers right, since May 30th, he's hitting .348 with 20 homers and a .451 on-base percentage. So, what has been the 3 biggest keys for him? We're going to get into the ABs. It's all the swing decisions. He's walking a heck of a lot more. He's swinging a lot less and missing. Look at the zone in swing. He's being way more conscientious at the plate and what he's trying to do, and the chase rate has gone down. If you watch PCA, if he was going to clean up the chase rate, this was potentially in there. The bottom line was, could he decipher how guys were trying to attack him? And that's what he's been able to do. I'm going to take you through his 3 extra base hits yesterday. We're going to start with the first inning home run off Eric Lauer. First pitch, boom. Soon as he sees it, keeps the front shoulder closed, left on left, and hits an absolute bomb to right center to get them right back in the game. Ohtani goes deep, I'll match you. But it's been consistent the entire season. Left-handed pitching has not fazed him. And I'm telling you, to scoop the ball down dead right field line in Wrigley Field, you got to crush it. Gap to gap, I get it. But when you're playing with down the line in that yard, you got to kill it. How about dead center, left on left in Petco? Not easy to do. Stay on a breaking ball and drive it over off Steven Oker. So I want to bring up what he's done against lefties. We're going to get to this next board. His career as to what he's doing now, 23 through 25. Look at the batting average, 208 with 8 bombs. 2026, 302 with 7. A weighted runs created plus that's gone up 103 points from the left side, okay? So he's made that adjustment. Swing decisions are way better. Second extra base hit, he hits the double down the right field line. Let's get through this one. Against Eric Lauer again. In at-bat adjustments. He was all over the first pitch breaking ball, takes the heater, and now he's got to grind. He hangs something, and he shoots it. But what I love about it, it's not the double. It's the beauty with which he runs the bases. Watch this, kids at home, and we're going to show him. He's one of the best base runners in the game. The way he cuts the bag, the speed, the freedom in the way he's running the bags. He doesn't need his third base coach. The play's happening right in front of him. He takes one quick peek coming around second base, game on. Framber Valdez, right out of the box. Watch him hit the inside part of the bag. Boom, he's gone. Jeff Bagwell used to say all the time, use it as baby trampolines to get you to the next base. And that's exactly what he does, cutting the bag. Here again, the feel for the game. As soon as he sees a little hesitation, I'm stealing a double in this situation. How many guys are doing that in the game? He's got a knock right here, and then he takes his turn. Boom, he makes up his mind, hits the inside part of the bag, and he's into second base easy. Show me the full screen on the base running. He's got 28 stolen bases. He's 12th in the game in BSR. Sprint speed, he's tied for 14th. So he's making great swing decisions, kills lefties, runs the bases as good as anyone. He's the best defender in the sport, and it's not close. And then his third AB, he has got the it factor that I can't take my eyes off. His reactions to his homers are incredible.
He just dropped.
Hey, and he's got crazy pop. This hits halfway up the scoreboard. I'm going to take you a week back. One of the coolest reactions. Watch him lay this down. Guys, I'm tired of carrying.
I'm tired of it.
Guys, are you not entertained? He's surprising himself. Oh,
Hey, sorry guys.
hey, boys, get on my back. I know where we need to go. It's big-time power from not a very big man.
Lord.
Gosh.
But when you're around him, you understand. He's built different. It's twitchy. It's Bobby Whittish. These guys, I'm telling you, there's certain guys that you're around, they're like little bunnies. Look at where this ball's landing. June 17, 2025. And the reactions are incredible.
When he grounds third.
Right? Last board, I just want to walk you through this real quick. Just make the argument for PCA. Player comparison. Batting, he's having a better season in the box than him. Every pitch, everything all-encompassing. Obviously, Shohei doesn't play the field, but Shohei's pitching and PCA's fielding kind of offset each other.
Yeah.
right? And then the better base runner. So the argument's there. He's got to stay. He's got to keep up this pace.
Correct.
But the argument's there to get romantic about the idea of PCA win the NL MVP.
He was asked about 40,000 chanting MVP at Wrigley. He said, it is so humbling. This is going to be fun the rest of the way.
Forgive me if you mentioned it, but Steve Phillips on MLB Network Radio this morning saying PCA has more walks this year than the last 2 seasons combined.
Yeah.